So Georgia comes out of nowhere with this official visit last weekend. And I talked to you about it a little bit. What has it been like just having them come back into the picture over the last couple of years?
I mean, it all happened so ironic. I was just driving home from school, and I got a call, and when Georgia calls, you have to answer. That's one of the top teams in the country, and I just couldn't pass up on that opportunity. So I took the necessary steps, before I made it up there for my official visit, and I would say I was happy that I did so.
What makes you happy that you spent a weekend up there?
I mean, honestly, when you think of Georgia, you just think about football, but they spent the first day not speaking about football at all, and just how mental health is very big and important in their building, and how you have people that'll help you outside of football, and they understand that even though, yes, Georgia produced some of the most NFL draft picks right now, that there's a slight chance that you might not make it to the league. So they host a lot of internships, and they make sure that that life outside of football is also taken care of just as much as life on the football field.
What is that relationship like with Coach Crawford? Did you know him much at all before you got to Georgia, or is that relationship really just kind of come out of nowhere in the last few weeks too?
No, that relationship was definitely new. Coach Crawford is a great coach, new to the scene, but he knows his thing. He played running back at Morehouse, so he has a background. He understands the game. He coached high school football for 10 years, so Coach Crawford is very familiar with the position, and he knows how to coach it very well.
What makes Coach Crawford unique or stand out compared to the coaches at Florida State or Miami or the other schools that are involved in your process?
I want to say that the fact that he's coached high school for 10 years. He knows how to build a relationship with the kids, and yes, he's at a collegiate level, but he also still holds his roots from high school days. So it wasn't hard to not be able to connect with them. It was very easy to connect with them and have conversations with them.
What's it been like rekindling that relationship with Coach Smart and having a meeting with him while you're up there on the official?
I mean, me and Coach Smart, we go way back from our freshman year, so it was almost as if there was no time lost. Coach Smart is very blunt. He keeps it 100% at all times. He says whatever comes to his mind, and that's the type of coach you want to play for.
Well, I mean, would it be fair to say that Georgia fell down your list for a while, or interest cooled off for a while, and how have they maintained a spot to have a chance in this thing, even if they weren't as interested for a while?
I mean, Georgia was the third school that's ever offered me. When Georgia offered me, I had a concussion, so it's either they crazy or I'm crazy, but I always felt as if Georgia was home, and I also took my visits there to make sure that feeling was real, and I feel as if when me taking an official visit, it solidified that.
They had so many American Heritage guys go up there. Sony, I think Isaiah McKenzie went to Heritage. What does that play a factor at all? Did Kirby kind of harp on that while you were up there?
I mean, yeah. Sony called me today, almost every other day, and just say, "Why don't I just commit?" So I mean, yeah. I mean, them guys, they like big brothers to me. They want me to make the best decision for myself. All jokes aside, but it's great knowing that if I was to go to Georgia, that I would be in good hands. I'll always have people I can call on and lean on just in case anything goes wrong.
Yeah, is it cool to be recruited by a Super Bowl champion who went to your high school that also went to a school that
I mean, but I wouldn't consider Sony as recruiting. He's ultimately like a big brother to me. Him, Mark Fletcher, Isaiah, even Khalil Herbert. These are all guys who just played running back at American Heritage, but ultimately want me to make the best decision for myself. But also, they've been through the ropes and they've seen the ringer, so it's not as if they want me to make any wrong decisions. They already been through it all, so ultimately they just want me to make sure that I'm going through it right.
So kind of same thing these guys asked you. When you think of Georgia, what's the number one, number two thing that comes to mind when you think of it as you evaluate them right now?
I mean, SEC ball and the best of the best. I mean, what can you say is Georgia?